I knew I was going to be here, but now my goal is to be the greatest. Like, I want to be the best player in the world. I want to accomplish. That's like my dream, my goal. That's what I want to accomplish. So, I knew I've always had talent. People have always knew I had talent, but to be here and actually having a run at it, actually getting a chance to do it, it gives me a lot of power, gives me a lot of motivation.
So when you say you want to be the best player, what is the breakdown for you? Like, what does that mean? Is it stats? Is it rings? Is it MVPs? Is it making your teammates better? I mean, how do you define success? So you come on here with a bird. So tell me, what is this bird's name? Where did it come from?
My mommy named it Marshmallow, and it's my little brother's. But now that I'm home, I get to spend time with pet. So he's gonna be chirping.
So cute.
He's gonna be chirping a lot. So
the whole time.
We'll see. It depends on how much you talk, because he likes sound and he likes talking and stuff. It's only 2 months.
2 months? So he's a baby?
Baby.
Oh my God. So cute. Well, I'm super excited to have you on here. You took the NBA world by storm this postseason, and you led your team to the Western Conference Finals, which was super exciting to watch, seeing you come back from a 3-1 deficit twice. So I want to welcome Denver guard Jamal Murray. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just chilling with my best buddy.
Best buddy. You said his name is Marshmallow.
Marshmallow. Call him Marsh or Mellow, whatever one you like.
And it's your third one.
My third one.
So what did this love for birds come from? Is it all animals or is it just birds?
Just growing up, we just wanted a pet, and my dad is allergic to cats and dogs. And
okay.
Hamsters are, kind of nasty. Rabbits are too much work. So we just got a bird, something that, it's easy and play with. So I don't know.
He's really cute. Yeah, we had hamsters growing up. They were kind of disgusting. I had hamsters and dogs. That was it. But the hamsters were really gross. The dogs were sweet. But yeah, I was just like, I don't think I'll ever do a hamster again.
I don't want a hamster or a guinea pig or nothing like that.
No, they're gross. So I wanted to talk with you about the bubble. I just talked with your teammate Monte Morris last week, and we talked a little bit about how different guys were affected differently in the bubble. So the experience for you just looked super relaxed. You looked like you were having actually like the time of your life in there. So for you, what was that experience like?
It was cool. I'm used to not having nothing or having, low, being a low maintenance type of guy. So once I'm playing basketball, everything's fine. And to be able to play basketball like at that rate, day off, game day, day off, game day. Not a lot of people can stay with that mentally. So it was just really fun to go out there locked in every game. And like you said, I was having fun. I was in my element, and I was locked in, and we were able to go as far as we went.
So what do you think it was? I know you can only speak for yourself and your team, but what do you think it was with some of those other teams that just didn't seem like they were mentally there?
I can't speak. I don't know. I can't really speak on any other team. I just know that the energy that we came out with and the focus that we came out with, it was there, and we were. It was a one common goal, and we all bought into it. No matter how. Some guys did play some games, some guys played more. Guys stepped up. So it was a lot of fun to see, the culture and the nature of our team and how we're put together, and see everybody every single day. Normally you go to practice, all right, see you tomorrow. But it was like, we seen, okay, we're going to eat. All right, we're going to practice. All right, I'll see you in the middle. All right, I'm chilling with the staff playing games like board games. It was an all around experience, and it was a lot of fun to get to know not just my team, but guys around the league too.
Yeah, I saw you and Donovan Mitchell were doing a lot of posting back and forth together, which was really funny. Was that kind of a different dynamic for you to actually be, seeing and hanging out with your teams against teams that you just played? Like, was it weird? Was it different?
Yeah, it was just, I wouldn't call it weird. It was just, but it was different for sure. It was very different. especially the guys that talk a lot. There's a lot of guys in the league that like to talk,
Mm-hmm.
but off the court, they're very cool guys. And, so it's cool to be at the aspect where it's competitive spirit, but at the same time, when we're on the court, it's a different story. So, and especially there's no fans as well. So it was, made that, I emphasized that a little bit. But like I said, it was a lot of fun. I think it's just basketball at the end of the day. And we learned a lot about our squad, and we learned how good we are and how good we can be.
I just wonder, like you just said, I wonder if Patrick Beverley and Damian Lillard said hi to each other off the court. I'm just wondering how, relationships like that off the court, how they would be to actually witness it. But when I talked to Monte, he had mentioned that the best part for him in the bubble was watching you grow as both a player and a leader, and how you kind of took the team under your wing. And at such a young age too, you have a lot of veteran guys on your team who've kind of been around for a while, who were leaning on you for that leadership. Where did that leadership come from, and how were you able to adapt in that position so quickly?
I don't know. I think just winning takes care of itself. And when you have guys on the team that want to win as well, then it's not just me, leading. It's them leading themselves as well. And when I'm putting the ball in the hoop at a high clip, obviously, they're going to look to me to score more, look to me, take on certain lows. And it was just fun to see the guys rally behind, my scoring, my ability on the court. And then off the court, we just homies, so it was cool to see both aspects of it. And there was lots of different types of leaders. There's the really loud guys, there's the really quiet guys, and then there's guys that like to lead by example. And I'm one of the guys that like to lead by example. And I like to do it before I start talking. If I'm not making shots, then sometimes I tend to get a little quiet. But, be in the bubble, especially when we're losing games, somebody had to step up. And Joker was doing his thing, but, he's quiet as well. So I just wanted to step in that role and really show what I could do on the court and back it up.
So when you're dealing with being down 3-1, and that was twice, as I had mentioned, how do you stay focused? How do you not let that bother you? How do you, make sure that you show up to the next game, do or die? I mean, how did you guys manage to do that 2 times? I mean, those are high pressure situations.
Like I said, it's just each and every night I came out focused, and I come out focused. Everybody else, sharpens up a little bit. Everybody else, might just blocking for one defensive play. Everybody might, make one more 3, and that's what we did. Just trying to talk to them and make it a collective effort. It's not just one guy. It wasn't just me scoring. It wasn't just one guy playing defense. Gary came back and made a huge impact. Jeremy was playing defense all playoffs, and we just had guys that really stepped into roles where we needed them to perform. And like I said, it was a lot of fun to see guys, not just me, but see guys grow and show themselves what they can do, especially in that neutral environment out there.
Oh, absolutely. And I read that you do a lot of meditation before games. I don't think people understand the power of meditation and what it does for your mind. How do you apply those exercises, meditation? I read Kung Fu as well. How do you apply those exercises when you're actually on the court?
A lot of different techniques. Like I said, I was playing 46 minutes, almost nights with 1 day rest. So in order to find time during the game to catch my breathing and timeouts, free throws, dead balls, certain strategies I use, certain mental breaks I use, and I think the biggest thing for me is that I use those things mostly when I'm not playing well. When I'm not playing well, then I need to go back. Okay, what do I need to do to adjust? What do I need to do to change? But when I'm playing well, I'm on a different level where I'm just I kind of black out in terms of what I say, sometimes what I do, how I'm feeling, confidence level, to take certain shots, not just take them but make them. That's what my team saw. So when I'm in that zone, it's easy for me just to take on that scoring, take on that challenge of doing what I do. But for me, when I'm struggling is when I go back to my teaching, go back to my learning, really try to focus on my breathing, really try to focus on snapping out of that snapping out of whatever I'm in, honestly, to get back to that performance level.
See, it's interesting because I apply that to what I do as well. Being on camera, talking, and making sure that you kind of have that same train of thought, because it's easy to get lost in what you're talking about and kind of not know how to focus. And I feel like I kind of apply that too, where you just kind of go with it. And when you start getting in your own head and you start getting out of those rituals and things you practice, that's when you start playing bad. And when you start playing well, I assume that it's kind of just like, to you, it's just a natural flow, a rhythm. Like you don't even have to think about it.
I have a lot of confidence in my game, a lot of confidence in my skill. And I always tell myself I've been playing basketball I'm 23 years old. I've been playing basketball for 22 years then. Mm-hmm. And if you think about, okay, I've been playing basketball for 22 years, every day, practicing the same moves, same shots, different shots, backwards, eyes closed, all those stuff. And so like that alone should be enough confidence for me to go out there and not have to overthink or not have to be in my own head. So sometimes my dad always tells me the only person that can stop you is you, because you have all the talent, you have all the tools, and you've seen every type of defense. You've seen blitz, you've seen the best defenders, you've seen the weak defenders, you've seen tall, short, fast. So the only person that can stop you is you when you get in your own head. So that's not my advice to you and everybody watching.
Well, I would agree with that. So then you said that you practice a lot of these things in terms of the things that you see on the floor. Do you practice that amazing 360 layup you shot and that amazing shot you had over LeBron where you shifted the ball in a different hand midair? I mean, do you practice those kinds of crazy shots?
I definitely do. And if you ask anybody where I'm from in Kitchener, anybody back home in Toronto, me and my dad, we did a lot of different types of training, a lot of different stuff. And I used to look at the floor and know where I am on the court and be able to shoot it backwards. And it's just having that confidence level. Some of that stuff is really not that hard when you practice it. If you look at it from afar, somebody that's never done it, it's like, oh man. But to me, it's something I've done it. It's not the first time I've done it, not the second time I've done it. So like, it's something I've practiced a lot, and I've done it in so many different ways. And it was cool to be able to do that on a big stage where everybody gets to see it.
It was amazing. Is there something that you've done differently these past couple weeks, months to kind of elevate your game, elevate your confidence? I know it's always been there, but again, like this whole watching you in the bubble in the postseason, you've just been killing it. And I can only imagine where your career is going to go from here. So is there anything like different that's been in your regimen? Are you eating something different? Are you training differently? Like what really took it to the next level for you?
I just think it's all mental.
Mental.
Yeah, the more time you put into the game, the more the game will give back. So the more you watch film, the more I try to go to sleep, the more I stick to my routine, and stay committed to it. Get away from the distractions. Obviously there's a lot of people that want to talk to you and stuff, but just trying to block everybody out. I'm there for basketball. It was a business trip, and I was trying to stay in the moment. If I put up 10 points today, I know that I can't do that against the Clippers for game 3 or game 4, whatever it was. And I just tried to stay locked in and know that I'm gonna go home soon. I'm gonna go home eventually. I'm gonna see my family eventually. But while I'm here, let's try to make the most of this opportunity. And I just, like I said, I just committed to myself in the game, and I kind of locked something in myself where I know I can do certain things now, and I got the rope to do it as well. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to keep growing and keep practicing and see what we can do next year.
So playing against the Lakers and LeBron in the Western Conference Finals, what was that experience like for you personally and as a team as a whole? And what do you guys need to do to make sure that you get back there next year and win it?
I'll just stay hungry. Like I said, we know what we got. We've been knowing what we had. And, now it's just knowing our ability of what we can really do. We've seen teams like Utah. They came out, they're young, they're like us. They're the next us. Fiery, fast pace, and they make you pay for every mistake. And then the Clippers was our test where they're the favorites and they had all the noise and they had all the hype. But when we go out there and we play with that certain will, that certain fight, and we had guys locked in. It was everybody locked in. We had the coaches locked in. It wasn't the coaches telling us, all right, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. It was like, no, like just switch it, just trap him, just do this. Like everybody that's on the court, we got to be locked in. If somebody gambles, and you don't get it, somebody cover for them. Just put the effort in to go get it. And
Mm-hmm.
when we did all those little things, we really proved to ourselves what we could really do when we showed the world. So it was a lot of fun. And next year we just got to take on the same approach, knowing that we can beat these guys. We've beaten them before, and now it's just to go out there and do it all the way. So I'm looking forward to it.
So would you say that you're more of a, follow the rules, follow the rule book, or you kind of just like to improvise and go with the flow? Like when you're on the court, is it more like running plays, or is it more just like letting you kind of play your game freely?
That's the difference in the bubble. That was the difference in the bubble. Like, my bad. With all the fans, with all the fans, it's like, that every possession seems more like, if you miss a shot, it's kind of like, oh. If you make a shot, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So like that momentum wasn't there. So it was like, okay, we need a bucket. Okay, let me just get the mismatch. Let me go get the bucket so we can hurry up and get this stop. Like I think that was the difference in the bubble, where I got to take my game to the next level, because if I was a scorer and the other team was going on a run and there was double and joker, and we had guys in foul trouble or whatever the case was, but now the game I see the game so differently in terms of, okay, now I'm just going to find a mismatch, and this is going to be my position, going to be my shot, and I'm going to make the most of it. And the next possession, I'm pass it, I'm look for somebody else and let everybody else play. So, yeah, I don't know how to explain that. I just kind of go with the flow, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I would figure. Do you feel like the game for you now is kind of slowing down to where you're able to make better reads? The game is just kind of going at a slower pace?
For sure. Definitely for my rookie year. My rookie year, I was all about the play, all about what I got to do next, what I got to do to stay on the floor, and what I got to do to win. But now I'm just thinking about, the winning is just the only mentality I have right now. So when I go out there, whether it's one position, I got to play defense really good, or I say, hey, this guy's got to go and I gotta switch on him so we stay out of coverage. I'm just trying to do a little of everything on the court to make that happen for the team. So it was a lot of fun just to be out there and playing as hard as I can. And
you have one of the best bigs in the league in Jokic. And what?
The best.
The best, excuse me. And I think what makes his game just so unique is the fact that he can pass the ball, carry it up the court. He can shoot from anywhere. I mean, his shot might not be the prettiest in form, but he somehow makes it. What impresses you most about his game? His passing is
what makes him so different from everybody else. And his not just willingness to pass, but he wants to pass. Like he wants to find you. He wants to look this way and throw it that way. Like that's that's the beauty he finds in the game. And so when at the same time, if you leave him an island, he can score. So he's such a tough cover. And I'm looking at the other teams like, all right, what you gonna do now? All right, he just scored 3 times. All right, he just passed to 6 different guys. It's just so amazing what he's doing on a day-to-day basis, on such a consistent basis. It's really fun to watch and really fun to play with.
And for you, what are some of the biggest goals you want to accomplish both professionally and personally?
I'm just trying to be the greatest I can ever be. I had a dream growing up to be the greatest basketball player, and every day I work towards that goal. And I only went to college for a year, so I want to get my degree because I feel like I need that. But like I said, basketball is really all I know. I grew up playing basketball 24/7, and I put so much time into it. I just want to see the reward at the end of the tunnel and enjoy the process. I put a lot of time in the game, and to see it unfold and unravel slowly after year 4, knowing that I got a lot of years left, it's looking forward to it.
What do you want to major in for school?
I just want to know. I got to know about my money. I got to know about marketing and the business aspect of things. But I do want to do real estate. I am into real estate and property and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome. That'd be really cool. And then also in terms of setting goals for yourself, is that how does that process work for you? Do you just kind of say you're going to do something, you're going to do it, or do you write it down? How does that work?
It's more mental. I keep track of a lot of things. I write a little bit. I kind of got away from it a little bit, but I do write. Sometimes it's just my thoughts and theories and opinions. But like I said, basketball is really all that I know. I go to the court and I try to get better every single day. And everything I do is related to basketball. When I'm talking, sometimes I'm related to basketball, even with people that don't even know the game. It's because it's easier for me, you know. So yeah.
You started playing the game at 3 years old. What made you get into the game? Was there a particular player? I know your dad's been a big influence. What was the biggest reason for you to want to pick up a basketball?
The reason was the basketball. I wanted to pick up the basketball. It's hard to explain that. Just a passion for it. Something I love to do and something that's really fun to me. It's just basketball's just so fun to me. And my dad was a big fan of MJ, big fan of Kobe. And we used to watch all their tapes and just watch the mental, the mental side of it. When Kobe's on the court and he has that look, you almost have a feeling, you just know they're going to win the game. They're going to come back. He's going to do something crazy. When you watch Jordan, same thing. He has that look. He has that fearlessness, and nothing's going to stop him from getting it. And he kind of puts it on his shoulders to go do that, and he shows it, and he trusts in his ability. So I kind of model my mental aspect of Bruce Lee, of Muhammad Ali, of Michael Jordan, of Kobe, of that kind of go at it, go get it, go win the game type of attitude. So,
would you say Michael Jordan and Kobe are maybe two guys that impacted you or influenced you the most?
I was more of a Jordan fan than a Kobe fan. I like Vince Carter a lot, but I say those three: MJ, Kobe, and Vince.
Okay, well, that's a good one. Vince, as we know, the dunker. I was sad to see him retire, especially in these circumstances.
Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate.
I know.
In Toronto, growing up watching him play was just such a joy. No, I can't. He's always been my favorite player ever.
Do you remember the first game that you went to?
I went to one of the scrimmages, and he yelled out, and he looked back at me, and I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. It was crazy. I was like, Vince Carter. And he looked back and gave this, and it was like, I tell him about that now. It's just crazy. I don't know, it's just crazy.
That's so. I bet it's funny now that you probably have kids that are doing that to you now.
No, it's full circle. It's full circle.
Is that weird being on the other end of it? Is it surreal?
It's surreal because when I hear a kid yell out to me, I remember being that kid yelling out to Vince. So that's where I say it's full circle. So now I give a wave or I do something, I throw the ball at him or whatever. It's just because I remember that for the rest of my life, and I remember very vividly, very clearly. So I try to do it as much as I can to all these kids that call me out or look up to me.
Absolutely. When did you know that you had the talent and the skills to make it in the NBA?
I knew it from young. I knew I was going to be here, but now my goal is to be the greatest. I want to be the best player in the world. I want to accomplish. That's my dream, my goal. That's what I want to accomplish. So I knew I've always had talent. People have always knew I had talent, but to be here and actually having a run at it, actually getting a chance to do it, it gives me a lot of power, gives me a lot of motivation.
So when you say you want to be the best player, what is the breakdown for you? What does that mean? Is it stats? Is it rings? Is it MVPs? Is it making your teammates better? I mean, how do you define success?
Just making the most of your opportunity. Obviously, I'm a little kid from Canada, from Kitchener, not even supposed to be here, but here I am. And like I said, it's a miracle for me to even be here. So I'm just trying to make the most of it. And I got friends, I got little kids looking up to me, thinking they can be me one day or be in my position. And I didn't have anybody that was real close to the city like that other than Toronto that was in the league. So it's good to be a hometown hero. And like I said, I want to be the best I can be. Win championships, that's be a team player. I'm not a selfish guy. I just want to win. And I think winning takes care of everything.
How do you handle media? Now that you're in the spotlight, I mean, you guys are constantly having to look over your backs and watch what you post. It's just a bunch of different things every day. How do you handle the types of questions you're asked? How do you handle, being caught off guard in those situations? How did you go from that transition?
I've never been a media guy. Never been
yeah.
I don't post a lot. I don't I don't know, I'm more on the private side. My family's more on the private side, and just like to go. I like to just walk down the street, go to the store, come back. I'm just that type of guy. So
Yeah.
I kind of stay off social media a little bit, and I don't pay attention to it. People can say anything on that. You just kind of let it go and go about my day.
I agree. I mean, I can't even imagine. Do you get stopped a lot? Like, are you able to go to places, or is it kind of like stopping for pictures and autographs?
No, I get stopped a lot. I get stopped a lot. It's a good thing though. Like this is life.
Yeah.
This life I asked for, and there's gonna be things that you gotta go with it. And it's my pleasure to take pictures with kids that look up to me that are wearing my jersey. Sometimes it's all about your perspective. Now I'm eating sometimes, and I don't want to take a picture or sign an autograph, but at the same time, if that's my favorite player, I might ask him.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. I mean, I could see how it gets to be a lot sometimes because there's certain players I'll see out who I've never met before, and I want to be like, hey, I'm a reporter, like it's so nice to meet you, blah blah blah. But I'm like, they're with their family or whatever. Like I can see how that could be kind of, I don't want to say annoying, but it can be. You're just trying to relax, like you're talking to people all day.
It's not just one day; it's like every single
day.
Every single day. But
yeah,
it's cool. It's cool to be a part of that, and like I said, this is the life I asked for. I can't complain.
So you're from Kitchener. Is that how you say it? Kitchener. How far away is that from Toronto? Like, what was your childhood like there? I've never been to Canada, believe it or not. So I'm not very familiar with the area. So yeah, I know it's crazy. I need to go to Vancouver, Toronto. Like those are all on my list. But what was it like for you growing up there? I mean, what was the town like?
Like I said, it's a small city. Very quiet. Like I said, I'm a very private person, just very family oriented, and I away from Toronto, so I used to go up there and play with some of the friends I have from now or from CIE Bounce and all that. Used to drive up there to Brampton. But Kitchener, like I said, it's small. I just came home from school, did my homework as soon as I came home, and then from 6 o'clock to midnight, I'm out across the street hooping. I'm in the backyard hooping. That was my life. Like basketball was what I do every single day, and I do it wanting to do it every single day. So very simple life for me. Very simple guy.
Very simple. I'm from Chicago, so it's chaos and crazy and just always out and about. Big cities. I've always lived in like bigger cities or gone to bigger cities.
Yeah. I don't know if that's for me all the time. I like to just, like I said, go about my day, go to the store, go get something to eat real quick and go back home. So
just like to chill. So for you, who is the hardest guy to guard in the league? I'm waiting for you to say none. No one.
No, that's disrespecting to everybody.
I know. But you're confident. You're very confident.
If you ask who is the hardest person for me to go against, there's absolutely no one. But for me to guard, I think Steph is really hard to guard. Mm-hmm. One, because of his shot, but two, because like you don't know what he's gonna do. Like you don't know if he's just gonna pull it. You don't know if he's just gonna end up going by you. If he's gonna cross you over 6 times and then shoot and look away. Like you have absolutely no clue what he's gonna do. And I'd have to go with him.
Who's a former NBA player that you wish you could have played with?
Played with?
Yeah.
BC.
Vince Carter. Ooh, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
That would have been really fun.
Who else? Played with?
Yep.
I think it'd be fun to play with Steve Nash.
Yep.
I think it'd be fun. I think like I'm a leader, but he's just like a different type of leader. Like, he's just so well respected from everybody all around the world. And to have him on your team with that, he's got a certain attitude, a certain vibe to him on the court. I feel like he'd be a really fun guy to play with and win a lot of games as well.
What is the highest pressure situation you've experienced, and how did you handle it?
Highest pressure?
I got all the hard questions. I got all the fun, different, hard questions.
Pressure doesn't I don't know. I look forward to those pressure moments. I look forward to getting the ball at the game line. I look forward to, like that's when I'm at my best, when I'm challenged. So I don't know, highest pressure. Maybe this playoffs, honestly. Down 3-1 against Utah. Down 3-1 against Clippers. Like there's certain moments, there's certain times in the game. You're like, man, if we don't win this, we're going home. So I don't know. Other than that, I don't really see pressure like that. So I'm cool.
I like that mindset. It's a good mindset to have. If you had to choose one cause to dedicate your life to, what would that be?
One cause. I don't know. I always try to spread love wherever I am, and try to be understanding of other people. Other people might go through certain things, or you might just be judging people by the book, or by the cover. But sometimes perspective is what gets you through a lot, or can change your thinking. So I had a referee, one of the referees, I think his name's Courtney, I forget, so many of them. But I talked to, he has a family friend who's died from cancer, and he said he wanted to talk to me before his time goes. And like, there's so much more than basketball, and I get certain opportunities with my platform to be able to meet certain people and meet different people in situations where it's like if I wasn't playing for basketball, he wouldn't want to talk to me, But because I'm playing basketball, because I'm looked at as an icon, or as a hero to him, I get to be part of his life. I get to put a smile on his face. And he passed, but I got to Zoom him before a couple times. And I remember before the Utah game, Courtney came up to me and said, Isaac, he said, he passed away, and he said it hit his heart because he knew him and he was a family friend, and it's just so touching when I have to step away from the game to be able to talk to him sometimes. It's not. I can't talk to him as a basketball player. I'm now it's more like I'm only 23 years old and I'm talking to a guy that's 20, 22, 23, and his life is fading away. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like all the mental health, all the health conditions that are out there, I feel like I want to donate to some charities and see what I can do for some research and really make a difference in that unique way, because I'm not just a basketball player at the end of the day, but I get distracted or I get let off the hook because I play basketball, and I don't have to worry about certain problems in my life. I have to worry about dealing with certain things because I have all the resources I need. So I be able to help other people with those resources, simple resources, and that's something that really changed my thinking when I got the chance to talk to him. And I got to see another somebody in the NBA who's refereeing come to me with the same gratitude of saying thank you for talking to the guy. So yeah.
I think that's amazing. I really do, because I think I could tell you're the type of person where you see someone in pain and that becomes your pain. You see someone hurting, after that amazing, I think you had a 50-point game, and you were very emotional after that game, and you wanted to talk about the social injustices, Breonna Taylor, all those people who've been affected by gun violence at the hands of the police. And I think that's really special about you, that you take the time to truly care for people. Because there's a lot, like you said, you can literally just show up to the court, play the game, leave. You don't have to, you're not obligated to use your platform. You're not obligated to talk to complete strangers who are dealing with things. You're not obligated to give me an interview, but you do, because, you care, you're a good person. And I think that definitely goes a long way. For sure.
Basketball, I think, numbs a lot of players, a lot of athletes, or not just basketball, but sports in general. And you don't have to worry about anything except for performing. every day I'm thinking, okay, I didn't shoot well today. Let me go get some shots so I can be mentally in a good space. Like other people have so many other problems, so many other worries, so many other day-to-day things that they gotta think about and actually put time into. So like coming back down to earth, coming back down, coming back to my roots, coming back home, like just seeing everybody, simple things, like you said, goes a long way.
Yeah, no, for sure. And who are some people that you only met one time, but they had the biggest impression on you?
I met MJ.
Okay, only one time?
Yeah, I met him at the Jordan Brand Classic.
How was that?
I was shaking.
That's hilarious. Did you get to say anything, or were you just like really starstruck?
Nah, I shook his hand, and he was the Jordan Brand guys were all in the room, and he was talking to us. But like I said, just when you don't even know them, but when you know somebody from afar, and you know certain things about them, and it's crazy how like the media can portray a picture of you before you even meet the person. Mm-hmm. I got to meet him, and I was just like, geez, like it's so much different than how I thought. Or his eyes are so dark, and you can see the competitiveness in him. It's just like there's so many different things that like was going through my head. I was starstruck. It was the first time I ever been starstruck like that. Like it was crazy.
Oh wow. That's how I was with Derrick Rose. So I've interviewed tons of guys. Like, I mean, I've interviewed basically everyone in the league right now. I've interviewed at some point or another. But Derrick Rose, I had my phone, so I was using my phone, and I was like shaking because I'm from Chicago. So I grew up in the 90s, so like I watched MJ and the Bulls, and I enjoyed that. But like Derrick Rose was kind of during my time, when I was really focused and watching the game, like that was kind of like, wow, that is my hometown hero. And I'm trying to hold it together. Like I'm actually using practices that I used when I was meditating and things that I learned to like calm my nerves down, because I was like, oh my God, I'm like, you need to chill out. Like just get just ask the questions. He's just a person. Like, I know that same feeling. You're just kind of like, oh my God, am I really standing in front of him right now?
Yeah, funny thing is when he came to, he's on Detroit, when he came to Denver to play, I think it was like during the second quarter, I'm like, hey, you saw my shoes after the game?
I'm like, did he say yeah?
He said yeah, but I think they lost and he was mad at something. He left mad at his team or so. He was mad. But
so he owes you.
Yeah, he don't owe me nothing, honestly.
I mean, you did a carbon copy of his play though. So I mean,
actually, I wore his shoes a lot in the playoffs.
You wore his shoes during that game?
During the playoffs and during the game, yeah.
Oh wow! So then he definitely owes you a signature. I actually wish that he would be on social media more, because I wanted to hear his thoughts of watching that play. I think that'd be really cool to hear, just to hear what he had to say about it.
So do you like the 360 or the reverse?
Oh man, that's tough. I liked the 360 because it was like you're spinning in the air and you somehow found the hoop, which is like, to me, incredible. But then how you were able to shift your body, get it around LeBron, who I think is the best player in the league right now. I thought that was really impressive too. So, man, you're putting me in a tough spot.
You could ask me all the tough questions. So
I know. I actually like when players ask me questions. I've had one other guy that actually had a list of questions. I told him ahead of time, I'm like, you can ask me whatever you want. I'm an open book. But I would say, okay, if I have to choose one, like if my life is on the line here, I'm going to say the reverse. Just because it was on LeBron, and I think what you were able to do in midair was just amazing.
I appreciate that.
What do you like better?
It's not up for me to decide. It's up for everybody.
Well, what did you like? You have to choose one.
I don't even know. I kind of knew I was gonna do the 360 before I did it. The reverse, I kind of jumped to dunk, but I just didn't gather myself as good as I thought I was gonna gather. And then the spin I had, it was tough. So I don't know. I'm gonna probably go with the 360 just because I knew what I was gonna do and I had the confidence to do it before. I already did it in my head before I did it, so I'll have to go with the 360.
That's so cool. So you basically manifested it. You said, this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
That's really, yeah. No, I mean, either way, I mean, I think there's a couple plays that I've seen you've done where I'm just like, I don't, like, it looks like you're about to get blocked or you're about to miss it. And then you just shift. And I'm just like, I don't even know. Like, I know you practice this every day, but even like I've tried to play basketball. I'm not very good, but I have a decent shot. I just have to make more consistently. But people don't realize, like, when the fans are getting mad or, oh, he missed the shot or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you guys really don't realize how hard it is to hit a shot at a consistent clip, like at a high clip like that. Like, shooting a basketball into a hoop is hard. Like, I mean, for you, it's not, but like for the average person consistently, it's tough.
It goes with everything. Like, I can't golf. I don't know how people. You're not even moving. You're literally standing in the spot, and you take the golf club and you swing it. Same with baseball. I'm horrible. I cannot hit the baseball. I just can't. Like, there's
No.
It takes practice for everybody. So
it does. So besides basketball, what's your creative outlet? What else do you like to do?
Play with my bird. Nah, I like to play video games. Meditate, do track, go outdoors. When I'm in Denver, I can go to the mountains, which is cool. Yeah, like I said, I'm a simple guy. I just like I said, I play basketball. I come home, see my fam, chill, play some video games with the homies that I haven't seen in forever. And yeah, cool.
Is there anything you collect? I'm gonna guess shoes, but you seem like a very simple guy. So, birds?
Nah. Like I said, yeah, I have a lot of shoes, but I don't really. There's nothing I really collect. Nah, nothing. I can't collect them.
Who would be the best celebrity to have dinner with? If you could choose anyone to have dinner with, it could be anyone. It could be dead or alive.
That's tough. I don't even know.
Top 3. I'll give you 3.
Yeah, Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe for sure. Nelson Mandela.
Another good one.
And
very mindful. You guys would have really, really deep conversations.
Yeah, I enjoy those. I enjoy that.
Same.
And like Jamie Foxx. I'm a big fan of Jamie Foxx. I feel like he'd be funny.
For sure. What about all 3 of them together would be
That's perfect.
awesome, right? And then outside of basketball, if you could master any skill, what would it be?
Either dancing or any skill. It's just okay. Like, honestly, like archery. Like, I can go practice that if I want, but I wouldn't want to use that as my wish.
Yeah.
Dancing, and I say dancing. I think I look at dancers like they move so free, and it's almost like an illusion to your eyes when you're watching. I've always loved that. I just never been able to do it.
Can you dance at all?
No, I can't dance.
At all. So if there's music playing, you can't do any of the dances or anything. Can't like move your shoulders. None of that.
Nah, I gotta be under some circumstances or something.
I feel that because I could do it, but like I feel like there's other situations where I could do it better.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's funny how so I don't know if are you into like astrology and like zodiac stuff?
I am, but I don't know much about it. But
what?
I don't know much about it. Like I haven't done my research, but I am into it. Yeah.
You don't Google. You don't Google?
I'll Google it. Like if I meet somebody, I'll Google it. But
Ah.
I don't like know all about it.
Okay, because I Googled you, your sign, but I have this website that you actually type in the birth date, where they're from, and like if they're, you know, boy, girl, whatever. And it literally like has personality traits and like different things. So I can I know like who I'm interviewing, like before I interview them. So when I ask certain questions, and like I also, you know, I study guys like on the floor. It's kind of like a psychology thing. Cause I took psychology classes. So I kind of, you know, when you said that you like to help people and you care about people, like that was like something that's like a part of your actual sign. And it's crazy because it said those specific things, like you feel people's pain, like you want to help. And like it also said too, that you like to go with the flow. So that's kind of why I asked, are you more to go by the book or go with the flow? I already knew your answer.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I know.
Research me like that.
I have to. I mean, that's what we do as reporters, but I like to dig it a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
I like to, because I feel like to me, it's just, you're going to get more, you know, you're going to get more substance as opposed to just asking the same questions. Well, how did it feel to win? How did it feel, you know, to do that? Mm-hmm. So I like to go deeper, I guess you could say. So
what's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Honestly, I don't know much about Capricorn.
Capricorns, we're very like independent, and we're very independent, and we get like, I don't know how to explain it. We ask a lot of questions. So we like to, we ask a lot of questions. So so I'm one of those people where if like, it just depends what it is. Like if there's some, I don't know, let's say I'm buying a car or I'm wanting to go somewhere, I need to know all the details. So like, you know, I'm supposed to go watch some basketball workouts and stuff. I need to know.
I have a friend.
Oh, you do?
I have a friend that's Capricorn that asks a lot of questions too, so I already know.
Yep. So we like to ask, we like to know everything. Like, all right, what's the risk? What's the reward? Like, what are we doing this for? Like, you know, so, and we're planners. We're not like very go with the flow. We can be, I've been working on it just because I have some friends who are very like, let's just go and do this. But I like to be like, I like a little structure. I kind of like to write things down. I like to, you know, plan ahead, have goals and like that kind of thing. I'm a free spirit, but to an extent. So yeah, all the zodiac stuff, like to me, I find like so fascinating because it's all pretty accurate when you read like the actual descriptions. And mine actually said like I would be involved in sports. And another thing that said about you that I thought was really cool that I think you'll find interesting. You're competitive, but you're not competitive in like an aggressive way. Like you like you said, you like to have fun. So competitive, like when you're competitive, it's more like fun. Like, you know, you kind of you show everything with your actions. You don't have to like talk. You don't have to be all aggressive. You kind of just like go with the flow. So I thought that was interesting. Like, cause that's exactly how you play. So I was like, wow, this is like so on point to who you are. I was like, this is crazy. I'm like, I wonder if they'll think this is cool.
That's funny. Cause like people say, why don't I score more in the regular season? Or why don't I like, you know, be more aggressive sometimes? It's like, because there's one common goal is to win. And sometimes I might not take every single shot. You know, there's only one ball. If you look at our team, of all the teams in the league, we got the deepest team. Like we got guys that can hoop. And there's one ball. So sometimes I'm like, hey, I trust all you guys. And when the ball gets back to me, then I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna compete. But like, you know, I want to win at the end of the day, and I know everybody else wants to have fun as well. It's also a game, so I want to be a guy that guys want to play with as well.
I just have one more question for you, and I'm going to let you go. I appreciate all your time. It's been almost like an hour. I'm so sorry. I get so lost in the conversation sometimes.
I enjoy conversations too. Go ahead.
But yeah, my last question. I want to know what you did the second you got out of the bubble. It was like the first thing that you wanted to go do.
Go home.
Go home. But what did you do when you were home? Was there a meal or a certain place you wanted to go? I mean,
my mom makes jerk chicken wings.
Ooh.
And yeah, my parents are both really good at cooking. So just being able to, like I said, being in the bubble for 85 days, Having the ability to come back to Toronto, come back to Kitchener, and get that home cooked food, there's no other feeling. So I'd have to say mom's cooking is number one priority.
Okay. Has she taught you anything with cooking, or you're just?
I can do it, but it's not the same.
Oh, you could throw down though.
It's not the same.
Well, of course it's not. The moms have a very particular touch, for sure. Well, I really appreciate your time. Again, thank you so much, and congrats on all of your success. I'm looking so forward to watching you continue to grow and evolve as a player. Thank you again.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Good talking to you.